80 by 25 terminal, video working, audio working, OBS recording, both serial ports connected, there's the proxy running, terminal is focused, pointer not in terminal. Great. Good morning, Advent of Code 2021 day 1. Just waiting for the puzzle unlock. It's pretty early in the morning here. I'm not going to get up at this time every day. Doing this on SCAMP is much more casual than trying to compete for speed. I'm a lot less stressed now than I was at this time last year, which is good. This is a much more pleasant vibe. Right. It's just about time. I'll wait until it clicks past 5 o'clock. Actually, I know that it takes 3 seconds to spawn a process. So if I started it 2 seconds early, we might get it. Yes, here we go. How many measurements are larger than the previous measurement? Okay, that sounds easy. Which is what we'd expect. It's only day 1. Oh, don't be a really long input. I really wish I could write the program while it was downloading the input. Need a multitasking machine for next year. I expect some people have already submitted the solution. What's that, 1 minute in? Great. How many are larger than the previous one? I don't think we consider the first one to be larger than the previous one. So I think that's all we need. No, it's not. Yep. I wonder what part 2 is going to be. It said something about the rate at which the depth is increasing. I hope it's not going to want floating point. Why would that be taking a long time? I don't think the input was that long. Okay, maybe it was. Oh, hello. Right, let's read the problem properly then. If depth is greater than prev depth, n++. Oh, I know what the problem is. My initial prev depth is negative, so it thinks the first depth is greater than that. That's annoying. I should have used the unsigned magnitude comparison operator. Where it goes, if depth greater than prev depth, the initial prev depth is -1. Yes. Okay. So I could have either used the unsigned magnitude operator, which is writing GT instead of a greater than sign, or I could have initialized prev depth to 7 FFF instead of FFF. Some of measurements in the second window is larger than some of the first. Okay. How many sums are larger than the previous sum in the sliding window? So we want to read into C. So these want to be initialized to about 10,000. Okay. So prev depth is 32,767. And then we want depth A equals depth B equals depth C. And I think that's all we need. As long as I haven't made a blunder about the first few cases. I do wonder why it's so slow. It feels like the input isn't actually that long. So I don't know why it takes so long to run. Yay. Completed day 1. Great success. So, since I'm doing Advent of Code for real this time rather than a dry run, I think I'll actually commit the code. I think part 1 is still here. Okay, so the problem here was this is negative. So if we change that to that, then it'll be fine. The other alternative would be changing this greater than sign to a GT, which means unsigned greater than. But I think this is better. And I'm actually curious to find out how quickly the first people solved it. How do we get stats? Oh, 1 minute 7 was the first solution. I think I looked at my watch when I said some people probably solved it already, and it was 1 minute 1. So I wasn't far off. Anyway, that's Advent of Code 2021 day 1. Thanks for watching.